What's up everybody, it's KL Toybox, and today we are going to be doing the final installation from the Furby model kit Mighty Morphin Power Ranger sets that I have currently. I will order red shortly after we complete this model kit, of course. If you do want to pick up any of the model kits that I've been building so far, there are links to each of them in their respective live build videos. But this one's going to be a lot quicker because I've built the other three and I'm very comfortable with building the bodies. I just want to show off the packaging like I have previously of the Yellow Ranger model kit from Fleim Toys. Here is the skeleton right here. The parts count and some of the poses you can get her in. On the other side is kind of blank, and then over here we get a lot better poses. I think these are probably the best ones that they've done for the model kits so far, at least that I've seen. I haven't seen Red's box, but these look really good and kind of demonstrate how posable she is. And I think she's going to be a little bit more posable than the others, especially since Pink has a skirt that limits her. Again, more poses, information, Hasbro licensing, things of that nature. So I have everything basically set up, and we're just gonna jump right into it. We're gonna basically build everything. I know most of it already, and if you want to build along, this is the video to do it, because feeling there's going to be less mistakes in this. So we're going to start off with the hands and the feet. They just have little soft pieces of plastic that you just need to cut off. I suggest an X-Acto knife, because after doing this a couple of times, I found that it is a lot easier, and it's also a lot easier if you just go down, which isn't how you should handle anything, but if you're an adult, that's how you should do this. These model kits are aimed for an older builder, I guess you would say. It says 15 and up on the packaging, which is understandable. But yeah, definitely cutting down the line is a lot. They just pop off a lot of the time. It's a lot easier, and there's no real risk or anything. I mean, I just messed up that one, but that was my impatience already coming through. But really, I think these are some of the best model kits that I've built in a while. I have fun building other model kits and such, but just the sheer fact that these don't have stickers makes me understand like the hype around the YOLO Park model kits. And I've seen some live builds of those and such, and they look pretty cool. I might pick up the Rise of the Beast Cheetor. There's another one that I thought looked pretty interesting. Oh, the Bumblebee from Transformers 1. That one was pretty cool. I like how gold it is. And overall, it just looks like one of the better out of that set. And they also have like a cheaper scale and a more expensive line as well, which is pretty cool. I think there's 3. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure, because I know there's like a giant one, some medium-ish size ones, smaller ones. But yeah, overall this has been a really fun experience in comparison to some other model kits. And overall, the final products are pretty cool. Again, I haven't sealed anything, so if you watch any of the previous videos, I haven't done any mods to the actual figures themselves yet. I just want to make sure that I built all 4 before messing with them. But the build is really straightforward, and everything is pretty easy once you do it once. So here's the Yellow Ranger instruction booklet, and more on the back, kind of like basic information here on how to cut off of the gate. And then it's bright yellow with some orange, and then the squares are blue again, so kind of not the greatest, but the squares are for the remaining plastic that's left over when you just do a general cut. And I'm just showing you the instructions because I'm not really going to be looking at them too much this time, because I'm pretty sure I have it down to how to build these, so it'll be kind of like a follow along situation. I am just going to build everything that I know and move from there, because it seemed to do pretty good whenever I was building blue. Get yourself a pair of, you can use fingernail clippers, cuticle clippers, and these model kit nippers. I also have a splitting tool that helps quite a bit. Obviously the X-Acto knife, my beat up pair of pliers just in case, and then just a basic layer of tweezers, again just in case. And now we get to jump right into the build. We're going to start with everything I know, which will start with the ball hinges for the wrist and ankles, because they're super straightforward. I'm going to cut some of the armor off this brew as well, and then everything else. I did take a break to do some household stuff yesterday, so I do have a day gap in my model kit memory. But these are super easy to put together. They're ball hinges and they just sandwich together. I did notice stretch marks on blue in a place that I should have shaved down, like this. If it doesn't go together pretty easily, shave some of the plastic out. Not a ton, but at least some of it. Your life will be easier. After these model kits, there is going to be some Kamen Rider stuff, DX belt, Shoto figures, and just some SH Figure Arts pictures and reviews, with some lives sprinkled in here and there for other things. I like going live and doing model kit builds, so here and there I'll do more of them. Again, when red comes, of course, I will do that. Let's see if this one's fine. I don't want to make it too loose. Yeah, it's too tight. So it looks like shave out basically a bunch of stuff. Seems like it's just depends on which one I get. Shave a little bit out. Come on, there we go. Okay, so we got that done for that side. Do the same for this side. All very simple. So these two trays that I'm cutting right now are A1 off of the instructions. They house the right and left leg portions, as well as one piece of armor, which is the kneecap for the completed build. And to me, it doesn't matter what you do first once you know what you're doing, but cutting off the stuff that's just like not, it's kind of just like a step in the way. Get some of the tedious stuff, I guess, out of the way that don't contribute a ton to the build. And I just cut a tiny, like one or two little sweeps of the X-Acto, just so it, when it clamps together, there's clearance, because they paint the tip, and the tip kind of acts as something that adds a little bit more friction to the joint, but at the same time, it can be too much. And you want it to be able to move without breaking. Not as tedious as say building like pistons for a robot, or like a functioning mechanical joint, like in some Gundam kits and Zoids. I remember I used to build a lot of Zoids kits when I was younger, so I remembered it like the other day because I pre-ordered. There's like a new kind of, I don't know, I saw a really cool video on YouTube for the new Takara Zoids fusion stuff, where it's like an articulated model kit instead of one that has the gimmicks and aren't $400 a piece or something like that. Well, that's an exaggeration. Not really. Liger Zero and such are pretty expensive. So there's those hinge joints done. Now we're going to cut off the weapons. Super simple. Not heavily painted, but here you'll get a good look at what they look like. So whenever we show off their comparisons with the SH Figure Arts and Lightning collection, you'll have an idea. And I'll of course bring in the other 4 that we have built. And I am planning on doing a summarized video of everything. But I do need to do more lives just in general. And this is a good way to do that, because I would just be sitting in the quiet doing this or something. So what better than to talk to a camera and do something that I'm not really able to look at the comments as much. And next up is the daggers. So you can take a look at how these look. Super simple on the sprue, already painted. If you wanted to add more paint or detail, you can do it straight off right here, like paint the lining with the black or something. But yeah. Very straightforward for all of these little bits. I see why they save them for last, because it's like, oh, it's like your cooldown period. And I'm like, no, I want it to be done when I'm done. And I feel like it went smoother for blue that way. I'm just gonna take my time when it comes down to the knees and the helmet, because those are the things that I messed up last time. Okay, and then we will double check. Yeah, there's always some little leftover on some of these pieces. For this, I'm gonna go up. Okay, and this on the same side. Both sides, actually. I did a terrible job. Get sharp nippers or cutters, because mine are so dull and beat up from making like different chains and accessories and stuff. This was a fresh blade at the beginning of the process, and it's still pretty sharp. I broke off the tip by accident trying to split a piece. I broke it into pink, and I had to use a pair of tweezers to get it out of her leg. Okay. And these are the tedious parts. Everything else is, again, pretty straightforward. And they're identical, so it doesn't really matter. Maybe it does matter. It doesn't seem like it matters. It does not. So there they are, put together. We'll put those off to the side as well. What's next? The Power Morpher. If you do get these sets, this is the stage that you'd want to paint the Power Morpher more. You can, I mean, it's just easier this way because it's already on something. So it's just easier. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make my life difficult and go back and paint everything later for the sake of this video and your time. And the belt, which is on this sprue. For this portion, we're cutting this, and this off, and these will be closer to whenever we're finishing everything, because I'm going to do it like arm by arm, leg by leg, because it went really smoothly that way. But learning from my mistakes has definitely helped the building process. Red, to me, is probably the one that has the most stylized helmet. Red and pink feel like they have the most stylized look to their helmets. Red is very circular. Okay. The other things we're gonna cut off are the chest pieces and the mid portion and the lower pelvic region as well. Do this one go, like I did that one singular time. Did it work? Oh, I did. Let's see if I can do it again. That was okay. Same on this side. But before I armor everything up, when I do each joint, I'll again demonstrate how flexible and how much range the main skeleton has. So if the skeleton is something that you're interested in, you could probably build something around it. What was the other pieces that I wanted? This, which is lower portion, and well, yeah, lower, middle, and then I'll just make my life easier. You could technically just cut all the armor pieces off and just play which side goes which side, or at least some of them. This isn't gonna let me get in there. Okay. And then these two portions, which confused me on pink somehow whenever I was building her. So put all those over to the side. I think that's it. And then we'll cut all the neck pieces off whenever we get to that. So armor done. All of the neck pieces, I know where they go, so we're just taking them off. Except I'm gonna leave. No, they're 1 and 1. It's exactly the same. These are for the torso. Okay, that one's gone. And make sure we put that back over to the side. Double check that there's no extra plastic anywhere on the belt, and this plugs in, like keys in one way, so you can't mess it up. Not really that well detailed. And then there's a little bit left on this. This is my poor cutting abilities. Is it just plastic? Yeah, okay. So those are done. I don't think there's anything left on these. Yes, there is on the neck. This is done. That's for the neck, and then all the torso crap. Hey. You definitely want to make sure you shave everything down on the main skeleton, or else the armor won't like close correctly. And some of the outside armor, like these pieces for the lower pelvic region that house the belt, can sometimes be a pain. It's not all the pieces that you have to do it to, but just keep an eye out for it. Alright, now we can build. Starting with the upper torso, lower abdomen and upper abdomen and head and stuff. This is A2. There's two A1s, a B1, and then D1, E1, and then all the little ones that I just threw off to the side without reading them, because I'm really good at this whole live thing. Cut this. This. Front and back. I need this. I also need this. No, it's this that I need. That's for the lower part. Okay. And this one. Okay. And do I need to clean this? Yes. Hopefully when Red gets here, my new nippers that I ordered after I ordered him come around the same time. So I don't have to use the X-Acto knife as much whenever I just cut something off the gate that doesn't have any prop that I need to shave extra stuff off. On each side, you'll have, where's that joint? Right here. No, it's these ones. These little joints right here for these shoulders. This is A1, and this is number 2. Do it on both sides. Okay. And then we also take these joints right here because they'll be for the arms. Right? Those are the ones? Yeah. I should know this. For both sides. And I just gotta keep in mind that when I'm building the legs, I'm definitely gonna have to shave out some plastic right here on both of them because there's stress marks on blue that I can visibly see that I'm not that big of a fan of. Alright, so let's get all this portion together. You want, oh, these are both the same size. On blue and black and probably red, there is a long nub and a short nub on this portion of the joint for like the butterfly or the arm cup, and you want the longer side where there's more stuff there. Obviously this is the thicker portion, this is the thinner one, so you want the thicker peg through here and the thinner one facing this way so it closes properly and there's not like a weird funky gap. Correctly. So there's that. Don't forget this. It's stuck. It's stuck on something. What are you stuck on? Oh, there's an extra piece of plastic. Just get on there. It's not even that big. Okay. And then you're going to want to take this, they're both the same size, and put that double barbell in there. And that is the front portion. Then you can just connect the little extra double ball pegs. You're going to want a smaller portion going, larger portion going into the arm. sides. As you see here. So there is the torso. And we're gonna go to the bottom half of the body. This is the one that, no, this utilizes this. These utilize the other two things. And clippity clap, cutting this off of its crap. Which number is this? This is the back, right? Yes. The best instructions were blues as far as visually and reading them. I'm just gonna take this out now because I already know what I have to do with it. I watch back most of my videos, even though they're long, just to see what I can improve on whenever I move on to like the next series or something. And it's kind of cool to see the progression of ease whenever building these, besides just the blatant time differences in each live. The longest one's black, and it was like almost 4 hours, and I thought my other half was gonna shoot my head off. But that was for blue instead. But that's okay, it was my fault. Gotta do these things earlier. This is the head joint. I just need to move this off the side. Okay, this one's done. And just look at everything, make sure there's no extra. See how squeaky those are? Man, I really beat these up. I've had them for a while, so can't blame them. And then you're just gonna put these discs with the hole facing outwards. And then this is simply pegs together. You want this facing down, and this facing in the middle. No, that doesn't make any sense. Whip. There we go. And then that will peg in here. Oops. And then do the lower part of the body. Peg this into the front of the pelvis, and then this little one goes this way and will slot in, which I really like the way they designed the leg bar. I think that's pretty nice. And I've taken apart a lot of stuff for no reason other just to see how it's made, and then put it back together and be like, I kind of ruined it. Not all the time, but I like to see how stuff is made. I dissected a Loyal Subjects Leonardo Ninja Turtle that I think my dad got from Ross or something. Ross is a discount store place where companies ship stuff that they didn't sell, and then they sell it for like stupid cheap. And this is the skeleton's articulation without the body. So obviously we have the double ball right here. This is kind of loose right now. You got a hinge right here for back and forth. There's okay range ish. Look at this. This could be upside down. It is upside down. Yeah, it's upside down. And you got like okay range here, and side to side, and wiggle waggle. Is this right? No, this is right. But this is the point where you could shave some stuff to get more range, depending on where you want the range to come from. You could shave this down so this doesn't bump as much right here, You save like the tiniest notch out so there's still friction to hold this together. You can get like a little bit more forward. Back is pretty good though. Actually, it's really good. So forward is the only thing that you'd really want to mess with, and it's just as much as cleaning up this middle section, like trimming some here and here so she can go forward, or they, whatever, can go forward. So this is the body. And now that we are at this part, we're going to attach the armor. This is the front. No, midsection first. Slide that down, clip that together to the upper armor. This is the front. If I line it up right, I won't feel dumb. There we go. Come on, would you just line up? There we go. This out of the way. To the back. Close everything up. It does snap together really nicely, and then it's really hard to take apart. So don't be like me. And mess up. I don't think I've ever messed up on the upper body yet. Maybe I have. I don't know. I'd have to double check my videos. So there's that. And then of course the belt. And that will slot in right there. Back of the belt. 3 little peg holes. And that doesn't really snap together. I do wish it was made of a softer material. I spoke a lot about that in the build for pink and blue, because it does affect some of the articulation. And then you take the holster and the strap, and you can do it with your hand, but that's why I have the pliers, honestly. It's specifically for this step. I have just found it easier to put this, oops, wrong way. Put this like this. Because it gives it like a stronger backing than like your finger or something like that. And it's metal, so. And then front to back, right? Yeah. And then front to back, and it snaps right on. No, it's backwards. Other way. Okay. And those are basically done for the entirety of the video. And then this just pegs in. And boom. The next portion of the build, I believe, is the neck. But it wants us to do the arms, but I'm pretty sure it's the neck. Yeah, the neck is 3 parts that we're gonna skip ahead right to. I did skip a ton of steps just to get here as fast as we possibly could, which is probably a good or bad thing, depending. We want this way, and then you take this, and for this one you want the smaller one to go facing down, and the taller one facing forward, or a larger one at the top. But it's easier to do this off of the body. Just, oh, there's a little extra, but I don't think it'll matter. Line this up specifically where it's supposed to go, and it should tab in. This could be upside down as well. No, it's not. Really? That's what I'm saying, like just this little tiny bit is enough to hinder it from pegging in. Come in at an angle. Boom. Now it's pegged in. Crazy stuff. Hey, don't you dare unpeg. There we go. There is the neck. And slide this in here. And the torso and lower body and stuff are ready for the rest of it for when we get there. Moving right along, let's now do the arms. Arm, 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 shoulder. Where's the other half of the shoulder? No, there's no other half. One. What's nice about the girls is the shoulders are one piece. The boys have like two pieces that form the shoulder part. And then they'll have the two shoulder caps for what I've been calling the armor. So arm, arm, arm. I don't know what body style is easier to build. I feel like the female build is a little bit more satisfying in ways. This is all leg, right? Yeah. The rest of this is a leg. Correct. Same thing on the other side. If you hear baby sounds in the background, it's because there's a baby. That's why I'm trying to get this done as fast as possible. He went swimming and stuff today. We went on a couple adventures. But he hasn't napped more than like maybe an hour and a half total because he doesn't feel like napping. So that's cool. Fun times. But he is stupid cute, so it doesn't really matter what he does. Another thing that's cool about these kits is it's a good example of like how they've been doing pinless joints for a really long time, and I guess I'd call them more casual collectors are just finding out about pinless joints and such. SHP Guards has been doing it for quite some time now. It's kind of crazy to me. A lot of the single jointed figures don't have pins and haven't for a really long time. But yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, I forgot to ask. During this video, if you're still here, thank you to the current 3 people that are watching at this point in time. What is your favorite Yellow Ranger? Who is your favorite Yellow Ranger? It can be from Sentai as well. I know there's more Sentai heroes than there are Power Rangers. I'm well aware of this. I'm very, very fond of both. But who is your favorite? Whether it's Mighty Morphin or what was the current one? Well, the current ones don't really have yellow, so whatever it is up to... Steel came before Beast Morphers. Beast Morphers is the only one that had yellow, and it's been pretty dry ever since for yellow, so... Dang, yeah, I didn't really realize that. They just straight up were like, nah, no yellow. We'll do green and black instead. But yeah, who's your favorite yellow hero, Sentai person, Power Ranger? I'd say who's my favorite Yellow Ranger? Besides either Wild Force Yellow and I think Wild Force Yellow would be like, it's the first one I thought of, so I'm gonna go with that. Oh, and In Space or Turbo. Okie dokie. Now to assemble the arm after I had taken it apart. So with the shoulder, the arm, you want the flat piece facing the back. And this is the joint portion. And then for how you assemble this, which side is this? You want this facing upwards, I believe, like a beam. that one out, yeah. Yeah. And then this also has a curve in it. And you want the curve to go with the rest of it. Come on. Here we go. Okay, right? Yeah. It's always nice to double check before you make mistakes like I have done on all three of them. Black had the biggest mistakes, and then blue I messed up by putting his helmet together too quickly. Make sure that works, and then you just plug this in. And depending on which side you want it on, it will look like this-ish. Looks kind of funky right now, but you can then take one of the hinges, as it says in the instructions. They're both the same, so you don't have to worry about it. On the ankles, you'll put the larger side in the foot. We'll give her fist hands just like we've given everybody else. And here's an arm. It has a bicep swivel at the shoulder. Obviously this will be able to go up and down. And you got pretty nice double jointed elbow, and then ball hinge wrist, which allow you to go forward and back. You can still rotate on that, and with that you'll get different angles that you can move the ball hinge at. Granted, the range does get a little bit limited whenever we pop the armor portions on, but other than that, it is what it is. And we do the same thing on this side, literally build it the exact same way. Don't try to flip it. Doesn't work. Don't do it. I did that and made mistakes. Is this going in? Or are we on this side? Lima bean, lima bean. And the legs are basically built the same way. And shoulder, which way is this one? This way. And then find the other fist hand and other ball hinge. Plug it in. Plug it in. There's the other arm. Now we can move to build the armor for said arms, which is fun. The fun part. Arms. They have specific pieces for each side. So for the front we got 2, and for the back we have 5, and that's for the left arm. So the front we have 2, back we have 5. Wait, front we have 5, back we have 2. For the left arm. Okay. It's this arm, front. Peg in. Rotate. Peg in. Is that extra? Yeah, it's extra. There's extra on these, I forgot. Crap. Come on. And you. Ouch. I didn't cut myself out, it just poked me. Clamp! These just straight up fall off on pink, the shoulder parts. Then we need B10 and B7. 10 is in front, 7's in the back. And you only really have to concern yourself with one side, obviously, because then you're just left with another set that you just put on. So 10's in front, 7's in back. And then we'll do before on. This one also has extra stuff. Whenever these came out, I saw them, and I was just, at the time, I was just fatigued by MMPR stuff overall, because it was everywhere, all the time, and it was in my face, all the time, and I just wanted something a little different. So there's the upper arm. And now that I've had the break, I'm much more okay with how much there is. It's still a lot. It's a ton. But they are doing other things as well. C16 and C18. Because I'm a 90s baby, so I was born before the show. Watched the show since it aired all the way through to where I fell off on Cosmic Fury, I think, is when I started to just not, I just cut off 5 by accident. But I have since watched it and the things that I've missed. And safe to say, I have opinions. That's really where that's it, really. I just have opinions. Like, it could have been better, obviously. You know when somebody like tries too hard? And it's just like really like just in your face, very simple. Kind of how it made me feel when I was watching some of it. I was like, I feel like you tried too hard. Or, just adapt the Sentai footage or some of the lore to make it more interesting and cohesive with the others. But whatever, it's supposed to be over now. It's not over, there's still stuff. I think like the show is just taking a well-deserved nap. This is another part where if you wanted like the tiniest bit of range, you could chip out a little bit of this notch right here, and a little bit right here, with caution of course. Oops. But the girls have like really good range in comparison to the boys. At least as far as the mold goes. And there's a complete arm. Boom. So there is one arm done, and then you just repeat the process. And because of how straightforward this is, they're pretty easy to get done. I would probably get this done without talking and doing it on the camera. At least almost half of the time it takes me to do it on like a video, live recording or something. Okay, so that's the legs. I already cut this one off, and then just this. And that would be left. And then just come through and clean these up. So as much as the extra plastic annoys me, I know that there was a reason why they started doing it this way. If you've ever built a super mini plot kit before it was changed to Shogoken modeling project, there's a very clear difference in the builds. And some of the quality of the plastic, if I'm being honest, is a little bit worse on the Super Mini Plus. I think one of their best examples of a solid build would be their Ninja Megazord or Kakure Dai Shogun from Kakuranger, aka Mighty Morphin Season 3 movie Megazord. It's a really, really good kit. The stickers are pretty solid on it. There's not a ton of them. There's a lot of nice painted detail, so overall it's a really solid offering. but yeah, not the greatest plastic quality. If you're looking at the Shogun Megazord, which I posted a reel of last night, the hips for the Astro Megazord are poop scoops. Like really just there's one piece on both sides that tends to break, and there are 3D replacements because it's so widespread. Why aren't you closing? Is that like the tiniest piece holding you back from going together? Oh, is that the wrist? Is that the wrist on both sides? Almost done, buddy. Drink some milk. He's finally at the age where you can eat like applesauce and stuff, and it's been really cute to watch him eat them. Tasting new things. What is going on with this? What did I do? But this isn't it. It just isn't working. It should just work. Is it this? Can't be. That was it. I don't know. No, it's just a little gap. I don't like that. Why is there a gap? That's gonna frustrate me. I know there was some extra somewhere right here. Forearm. Oh, I'm just gonna move this for a second. And we got this. Line it up. What is going on here? So when this happened last time, I just swapped everything from one arm to the other. Is this the wrong facing way? No, it's not. This. What the heck is going on? Just want to check something. Yeah, it's the outside. So strange. Is it because there's extra plastic on this or something? So much for a speed build. It's always these little things that I just don't notice or it just happen because they're annoying. Is it extra plastic somewhere? Maybe? Is it this? I'm gonna trim it just in case. I don't think so. very strange. I don't understand why this wouldn't connect. There's no anything stopping it. Maybe they should just slot in. Easy on. These little tabs should tab in, and if they don't, they don't, and I'll worry about it after the video. Oh, I tried. I don't know what's going on. I might need to sand down the peg or something, but we're gonna move on for now. Caddy's home. Alright. Just put everything back together. And grab the body. Just wasting enough time on that arm. Just get it built. And worry about pieces after. Just kidding, I can't. I'm gonna try it. We're just gonna do the little thing called swap the part and see if it works. So we swap. Let's see if it fits on the other side. Because then we'll know if it's the part. Okay, that just went together fine. So it's not that. Here's the back of the other arm. That will tab in. Let's see if it will tab in on this side. And it doesn't, so it might just be the part. So it's just a part, so okay. We can move forward then. Onto the legs we go. Cut everything on here off. Literally, just cut it all off. Kneecap included. This is the kneecap. This is the part that annoyed me too. But literally just cut all of these pieces off. Once you do one leg and you're comfortable doing one leg, you do the same thing on the other side. But for time, we are going to cut all pieces off. Build both legs. Alright. Upper thigh. Bring it all together. I don't think this is, what did I build recently that was like so easy? Besides these, like, I guess you could probably build this in the car if you're a kid or something, because I've built model kits in the car when I was younger before kids started eating more stuff that just clearly wasn't food, but whatever. We live and we learn. Sometimes we just live and then never learn, but I used to build them in the car. Granted, I get myself like car sick and stuff because of it, because I don't travel in the backseat well. I like to be in control as well, so, but story time, I whacked my head horribly whenever I was like 17 snowboarding, and I'm pretty sure I got like a really bad concussion, but they were more worried at the fact that I broke my tailbone, fractured my pelvis, and then also fractured my femur because of the way I landed, because just a lot of things happen in order for that to happen, of course, but just not a good landing. I cursed myself by saying, let's just do one more run. You're never supposed to say that. I said it, and then I got hurt, so consequences of my actions. Oh, and then I drove home because I didn't want to go to the hospital where they were, or where we were at the time, because A, it was like triply expensive, and then they would have also told the mountain about what happened, and I would have been restricted from going for a lot longer than it took me to heal. I did physical therapy and stuff, and that sucked because it hurt really bad. Don't recommend. And it stunted my growth pretty bad because it shifted my vertebrae as well. So I'm a little bit shorter than I would be if I didn't break my body. Granted, I don't really think I want to be any taller than I am now, because I already have enough issues as it is, and I'm pretty sure an extra like 6 inches of height would exacerbate some of the stuff I have going on. So all in all, my destiny worked out just fine. And after that story, I still went snowboarding. It's still one of my favorite things in the entire universe. And sometimes whenever I do certain things, my hips freeze. So I still have to go to physical therapy because sometimes they just like shift out of place wrong. Fun times. Alright, so this is one that I definitely want to like slightly cut out some of this stuff because I noticed stress marks on blue, and whenever I was just glancing at a couple of the others, I noticed them as well because it's just a little bit too tight. I don't need to go all the way around. I don't know why I just did that, but just the tiniest bit because... Hey bear, because this pegs in a specific way. It's a shape type thing. That's the wrong side. That fits in much better. And there's that, which is the top portion. I'm going to do it one at a time. Just one at a time. Here is one of the bottoms of the legs. You're going to want to clean this up as well. It doesn't say to, but every single time I've done these areas, they leave residue behind. So if you want a smooth working joint, just clean it up. You can't just build it, of course. But I think it's worth taking the extra couple of seconds to clean up the parts. Here's the other part. Doesn't look like there's a lot of extra on here. Don't cut any of the grooves that look like they're supposed to be there. Flip this and peg together. And then just make sure there's no gross underestimated seam marks. And then this is where you want to pay attention because I keep messing this up, and I'm going to mess this up now. I'm just going to get frustrated. So there's this little nubbin on the knee in the instructions, and for this leg, it's not this one, it's this one. It says that this piece that has the fake holes on it faces this way. Okay, so the kidney bean is facing the other way. All right, with the little clippy thing in the back, because the kneecap has to plug in the front. Right, so come on. So here's the knee. Oh my god, that sounds awful. It sounds like it's gonna like not last very long. Shave one circle out. Just one, maybe two little loops. And do the same thing. And now it's in there properly. And this is how the knee wants you to have it. There's this little cut right here, and the instructions, it's just showing this. And you have this, which is here, right? That sounds awful. One rotation of this. Two rotations, I guess. I keep saying one, and I end up doing two. And you want this facing forward, right? Right? So it works. No problem right now. So you're probably like, well, what are you even talking about? You'll see. Maybe you'll see what I'm talking about. Alright. And then this just goes the way it's supposed to go. This one goes this way, I think. No, it goes in the back. This goes here. And this goes here. you want to make sure there's this weird thing going on. And this is how the knee's supposed to work, right? And while we're here, take the thin air peg, plug it into the ankle, and then you can plug in, this is the left leg, correct? Right? Yeah. You need the left foot, this foot. The feet, thankfully, have the right curve. And plug it in at an angle. It'll make your life so much easier than trying to plug it straight on. I always leave like a little bit of wiggle room in there because it also acts as the ankle pivot. And now that we're at the main build, I can, it's the left leg, rotate this way. I can, I built it backwards. Alright, here we go. Alright, that's better. Here's the articulation. There's a thigh swivel. Obviously there'll be range at the knee, thigh, joint, hip, whatever. There's the knee, full bend. Nothing going forward. Nothing at the boot, essentially, because you can't. Rotation at the wrist because of the peg. Ball hinge at the ankle. Without the armor, it just gets full range. Again, you can rotate the ball to get different angles, and it's a little bit easier if you kind of give it an angle that it can work with. And you can get a different ankle pivot if you so choose. So lots of decent range. Make sure it's facing the right way. Then you're going to take this kneecap, which does have extra pieces on it. Oh, my dad brought it out. Thanks, Dad. You know I brought it out like 2 seconds ago. Not really. And plug it on. Alright? And when that's on, just remember this, alright? And we're going to move on to the armor for this leg. For the left leg, we need C4 and 9. And they only face one way, so I'm not worried about it. Again, I'm still making some pretty good time. I haven't made a mistake that is big enough to hold us back so far yet. What do I need? I just did 9. And I need 4. And I'm gonna try to fix that arm once everything is done. Okay. Next thing is the thigh, which will need 12 and 15. 12 goes in front, 15 goes in back. All these pieces, since they're armor, do have additional stuff you're gonna end up clipping off. Just get it out of here. And boom. Easy. Right here. A little bit extra right here. Okay, same thing on this side. Okay, come here. And you just put everything on. So here's the front of the leg, back of the leg. Front, back. And everything worked really well on this leg, so kudos to me for that somewhat smooth process. Plug it in. We're almost done. Heck yeah. And then I don't know what's going on with this. It's still bothering me. And now we can just cut the rest of the pieces off because we already know where they go and who they go to, or where they go. And once the build is done, we will do the comparisons, height measurement, general look at the accessories. Actually, we don't really need to look at the accessories. I'll show you the accessories, like how they fit in the hand and such. And then I'll bring the others, and we'll do the power blaster besides red, because like you don't really need red to make the power blaster, because the sword just kind of goes on top to like make it look complete. Okay. Finishing phase. Same thing over here that you did on the first side. Just kind of shave, not a lot out, just shave a little bit so it can not stress plastic whenever you put this little piece together. So this leg, it's going to be facing this way. There's a little half circle, or a third of a circle that pegs in. And it's the spot I've noticed stress marks, because it will fit in perfectly and it will stress these 2 points right here. And because of that, it will start to kind of spread out a little bit. I'll try to show you with blue, but it'll probably be clearer whenever I do the summary of them. And while I'm here, I was going to just plug this, get ready to plug that together. Take this, if it was anything like the last one, a little bit of trim. Take the leg, look around for access, which I think I did a pretty decent job cutting this one for some reason. But there is a little bit left over. Clean this, this just goes one way. That pegs together. Then you got this. I want to make sure I build that right. Does it look any different whenever you build the right leg? It doesn't look like it, but I don't know. No, it's no different. You literally build it the exact same. Okay. Kidney facing this way. I remember that this was tight. What the heck? Get off. Okay. Kneecap facing forward. Issue has become the same. The exact same thing that happened last time. Super annoying. And put this forward. Cap everything together. And make sure it works. It does. So far. This plugs in. This plugs in. upside down. Make sure that the knee sticks out. It does. Close it. Rotate it. Spinner peg. Rotate. Pop that in. Grab the foot. Pop that in. There we go. Kneecap, trim, excess plastic, rotate the right way, and you have your kneecap. Maybe. Oh my gosh. Get on. There we go. Kneecap, and make sure the joint works. It does. Yay. No real issues. And you just come here and you clean everything up. There we go. And if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for following. I have like so many reels already on the page. Feel free to scroll down and look at the photos and videos. There's quite a few. If you're not interested in there's a couple videos that do have music and they didn't get a warning. Well, at least during the last time I checked them, they didn't have a warning. And then there's a couple of times that I had a decent pass from them as far as using music and stuff. I've never had success with the theme songs to like a longer period of time, which is why you don't see them often used by me. Other people I know don't really have, well, that I know of, don't really have any issues using the theme songs from the series and stuff. Whenever I use like a Super Sentai theme song occasionally, sometimes they'll pass, and then other times I'll get like the warning or whatever. And really what it does is removes that video from potentially being monetized. And whatchamacallit, Instagram and Facebook do things like to the same friggin' place basically, but they do things differently across each thing. So also these are keyed, so you'll never make the mistakes that I've made if you just... Did I? So this is what happened. This is the mistake. First mistake has been made. I don't know how I did that other side. It's as simple as just this thigh piece being wrong. Because you want this to be this leg. Like so. But it's keyed. You want this on the outside. So I just gotta swap these panels. Which there's a seam line, so it's just as simple as swapping this. And then that should be fine. And this should be fine. And boom. There's the other leg. Now we can move on to the final portion of the build, the helmet. Her hips sit a little low. I don't think I noticed because of the skirt on pink. And this arm is still frustrating. I'm going to try to cut out a little bit of plastic in the actual hole itself. And here's the helmet. You can't just cut everything off, but for the sake of building it properly, I'm gonna take my time so we don't mess up, because this is the last part. So here's the back of the helmet, obviously. And there's extra plastic that's gonna be on these pieces. This is the part where I'm probably the most careful because it's the helmet, and I already messed up on blue yesterday with the visor part. We're not messing up today. Okay, here's this, and it will peg into this little tab on the back, and it'll kind of key into its slot. You'll then take the front portion of the helmet, on each set of instructions. I don't think I mentioned it. It does have the full parts list, so you won't have anything left over when you're done building. And if you do, double check what you're doing, because you shouldn't have any pieces left. Like, everything should be able to be cut off of the sprue. If you do happen to get like an extra piece on one of the gates / sprues, then you'll notice it. But if you're missing something, that's more important. I thought I was missing something at one point when I was building, but it was just so tiny that I didn't see it. Here's the last one. Goes in the graveyard. I've just been putting the gates back in the boxes because I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. I already have so many from other model kits. I have an entire box of them. Also, if you're watching Blue, you'll notice that during the drop test it just ends. That's because my phone died. But I thought it ended pretty well, so I just didn't do anything about it. I was like, that's a perfect ending. Like, it just ends when it hits the ground. So that's what happened there. Alright, but there's no... Okay. And trim up the visor. Not too much because it is yellow painted black. Oh, I don't wanna... I already messed up. Never mind. You'll see yellow. Might see a little bit of yellow peeking through. This goes this way, and then you'll just put the itty bitty teeth in their perspective itty bitty holes. Oh, that just like slid in there really. Where'd the other one go? Oh, it's so tiny. It's so tiny that it looks like trash from a sprue. So close. Oh man, I almost lost it. I'm almost done. Come on. Don't do this to me. God damn it. God damn it, they both fell off. Do I need the tweezers for this? I refuse. I refuse. Dang it, so close. It's like putting a piercing ball on. It's at a weird angle. Oh, what did I do? I didn't do it. Where'd it go? Oh no. Oh no. That didn't just happen. You guys didn't just see that. No! Damn it. So close. Oh, crap. We're so close. We are so close. I just need one saber-toothed tiger tooth that's black that just fell somewhere and I didn't hear it. It didn't slide anywhere and it's so small. I'm gonna try to find it. Alright, back away slowly. Turn on lights. We're so close. Found it. That was easy. Someone who wears glasses, my natural sight for finding things and seeing the dark is pretty peak. testing me. And pop her face on. Snap her neck. Just kidding. And then slide this on. And make sure to cut the excess plastic so you don't look like a fool like I do whenever I do stuff, and don't trim the plastic off, even though it says in the instructions to trim the plastic off. Just a little bit left. Ta-da, done. And there's a bunch of stuff everywhere. So, we have completed our fourth Fry model kit, Power Rangers Yellow Ranger. And it was pretty, this one went a lot better. A lot better. Besides whatever the heck is going on with this, but I will take a look at that whenever I am done here. What I like about her helmet is it kind of gives Bear Zord vibes and Sabertooth Tiger Zord vibes. So here she is, completed. And let's take a look at some of her articulation. But first, we shall do a height comparison, height measurement, and size comparison with other figures. From the heel, she is just over 5 inches tall by like the top of her helmet. And we will bring in the SH Figuarts Mighty Morphin Yellow. She is slightly taller. This one is slightly taller. There is a male version of this figure, which is just the male Sentai Buck. Because in Zoo Ranger, the Yellow Ranger is actually a male character. If you didn't know, it doesn't matter. I'm just letting you see. Or no, you can't see because this is a girl one. Whatever. So that's how they look. Different finish, more of a matte finish. Obviously, not a model kit. There's some metal pins, and the belt buckle details are a little bit, they're painted, but the coin isn't, I'd say, as detailed, and the helmet is the helmet. And there's silver on these, so if you want to paint those silver if you wanted to, it's just a stylized thing that Flexion Toys has been doing. And then here's the Lightning Collection Yellow, which again is a solid head taller. This is a remastered version. She's a brighter yellow. The belt has a better insignia detail, but also not. The articulation is, you get more range because of the swivel and less range going forward for whatever reason. But there's your comparison there. And for the articulation, her head is on the ball joints. So you have a ball hinge down here, like, well, not ball hinge, a ball. What is a hinge? But like, it's not a ball hinge. It's not a disc. Is it a disc? Yeah, I'll call it a disc hinge. So there's like a disc that's side to side, and there's a ball on top that allows the lower neck to move round and round. You also have a double ball for the top of the head, so you can get really, really, really good range. Pretty good looking up. Pretty good, well, really good looking down. There's up. And then you get your side to side, and you can kind of combine side to side and things like that to get more nuanced posing, make it look a bit more natural. Shoulders, better than horizontal. Again, full 360, slight butterfly, but you kind of have to be weary of that. So you get a slight butterfly forward and back, and crossbody is pretty okay. Bicep swivel, the bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow continues its double jointed elbowness. I don't mind this, it's just the one that's gonna frustrate me till I fix it, but good range there. And you have your ball hinge wrist which give you really good range of motion and some options on different angles and stuff. And with the torso, you have the double ball up here, so she can rock side to side, rotate and bend backwards and forwards a little bit, and you have the same one at the bottom, so she can go back that far and forward about that far, and they could go further if this wasn't so sturdy of a material. If it wasn't hard plastic, she'd be able to move forward just a little bit more without the belt just popping off, but she does get some pretty good range considering, and it moves pretty fluidly. If you're just tuning in, you can shave off some different portions of plastic for range going forward, which I'm gonna gently experiment with after I have the whole team together. The legs, I don't like this big gap here. I understand why it's like this for Kimberly, because she has or Pink, because she has a skirt that covers it, but I can't complain that much because it allows her to kick a little bit higher than the others, which is always appreciated. The splits are really nice. You get your thigh swivel, your double jointed knee, which works really nicely. No boot swivel, but I don't really think you need it because the ankles are ball hinges, so you get basically all the range you need, and it still works almost as good as just the bare skeleton, so you do have plenty of articulation, which is really nice. And once you seal the joints together so they're not just like cracking, I'm gonna fix this while I'm talking a little bit, it'll make things a little bit more enjoyable, I guess you would say. Taking a look at some of the, well, you can mix and match them too if you wanted to, because they're on the similar bodies. Like you can mix and match all the guys' body armor. You might even be able to switch them with the female that haven't checked yet, but you can mix and match. Maybe we'll take a look at that in a minute. But the hands that it comes with, you have this more gripping hand, and I feel like it's specifically used for the holstered and blade version of the Blade Blaster, as well as the daggers and the other daggers, or the lances. And then on the hands, there's a little tab on both sides, and that tabs into the hand, so that's pretty nice. It's not the most secure thing as it just fell out, but yeah, like once you get it in there, like solidly, it doesn't fall out, but apparently once it fall out. And what else did I want to show? And that's really it. I was gonna try to fix this now. So what is going on here? Well, we'll find out. So I'll make a slightly larger divot in here, because they're not pegging together. And maybe I'll just shave the smallest bit off the top. But it's annoying me. Alright. There really shouldn't be any reason this isn't pegging together. So that's all the way pegged in, and then let's just see, is there anything? I did trim a bit of the elbow back here, so you can definitely get a lot of better range if you slightly trim some things. I should just tab in. If it doesn't, I'm gonna have to glue it. It's a little bit better. So maybe it is just the tab is too big or whatever. But yeah, let's bring in the rest of the friends. Wrap this up. I believe each of these model kits are $48, I think. At Tool Collectibles, at least the link is in the description. I'm pretty sure it's $48. So so here she is with Kimberly. Does she have the same issue? No. So there's yellow and pink together. They are the same body, so they should be the same height. So very cool. As you can see, like the skirt is what covers up. Something I am going to do the skirt is trim up to like this seam line to get a little bit better range, because the skirt is pliable, but not pliable enough to get the same range that yellow has. I'm almost done fixing that. I think it's just the tab thing, but there's these two together. Here she is with the most recent build, Blue. They're like the tiniest bit shorter than the Guy Bucks, but that's how they look together. And then the very first one that we built, the Black Ranger with the Yellow Ranger. Very cool stuff, and I really enjoy these. I've been messing around with them a lot more than I thought I was going to, and that's a good thing, because sometimes you'll get like new things or things that people are like, oh, that looks stupid, why would they do that? And I'm like, oh, I don't really know, but then you get them and you're like, it's pretty cool actually. It was a fun build, very straightforward. Room for improvement that you can do yourself if you so chose, and so that makes it a little bit more of a hobby thing. And you could, where'd that go? Did that fall over there? You can customize things to your liking. I'm gonna trim this peg a little bit and suffer the consequences if I mess it up. Do the same thing for this side. Got a little bit too much off that side, but I don't really care. So I'm just gonna glue them together anyway. I'm gonna get specific like hobby glue for these though, instead of just like, I don't like super glue to eat stuff. A little bit better. I might just, that one worked way better, so I might just cut that a little bit more too. So that one still has a little bit of a lip on it, and this one is rough looking. There we go. Doing things live, so you see that I'm not live. What the heck? It's definitely these friggin' holes. Not this. Yeah, this one's the automatic games. I think that's almost time to turn them off. What is going on here? Oh man, the kids are starting to scream. That means it's time to wrap it up. The kids are outside, not the ones inside. Is it just me? Is this just a different... Alright, well, that's the best I'm gonna get it right now. It's definitely one of those things that I'll mess around with after. But yeah, I highly recommend these kits. Definitely look into them if it's something that interests you. I'll make sure to do a summary video of all 4 of the ones that we have built, and then whenever Red comes in, he'll get his own build and video, since I'm going to be getting him from somewhere else because he's sold out at Toy Collectibles as of right now, and before these were sent over. But I'm going to fix this. Nobody else has this issue, so I don't know what's going on. I'll play around with that, and she'll be fine. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video and the other ones, and stay tuned for more similar videos of model kits and just kind of general reviews of things that I will be receiving / have received from many different places. So in the meantime, be sure to like, comment, and follow. Share your favorite videos, and let me know in the comments who your favorite Yellow Ranger is, and what kind of videos you'd like to see in the future. With that, I shall say goodbye. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their day, night, evening, afternoon.